Ah, the Alpha family. How it feels to be at the top, doesn't it? When the world seems like a battlefield, and you, my friend, are the last man standing. The rest of them? They're stuck, and it's all you're doing. You made the winning move. The moment you took that step, that decision that others thought was foolish, you sealed their fate and solidified yours. You know how it feels when everyone else looks lost, scrambling in a desperate dance of uncertainty, while you stand there, knowing, feeling that quiet, burning certainty that you've already won. It's a glorious moment, isn't it? To be so far ahead that you can almost feel the weight of the loss they carry. You've already made it. They haven't even started. They never saw it coming, did they? Every step they took, every decision they made, every move they thought was calculated and intelligent. They were all wrong. They never noticed how you were moving in silence, how you were a few steps ahead, seeing things they didn't. While they were looking in all the wrong directions, you were laying the groundwork for your victory. You moved so subtly, so efficiently, that they didn't even realize the trap they were walking into. But you did, didn't you? You felt it, the rush of understanding that the game was already over. You were always playing a different game, a game they couldn't even begin to comprehend. You've made the winning move, and now they're stuck in a web of their own making. Every path they take only leads them further into confusion, deeper into their own demise. And it's your masterpiece. You did it. You've maneuvered yourself into a position so powerful, so unshakable, that nothing can touch you now. They're stuck. They're spinning, trapped in their own web of mistakes, while you stand strong, eyes fixed on the prize that's already within your grasp. They can feel the pressure, can't they? The pressure of knowing that no matter how hard they try, no matter how many efforts they make, they can't undo what's been done. The walls are closing in, the opportunities are slipping away, and they're powerless to stop it. Their decisions have led them to this point, and now there's nothing left to do but watch as their fate unfolds. The helplessness, the frustration, the bitterness, they are all theirs to carry, and there's nothing they can do to change it. And yet, you don't gloat. Number, that's not how the Alpha family behaves. You don't need to rub their faces in it. You know what you've done. You understand the magnitude of your success. But you don't let it consume you. You keep moving forward, because there's always more to do. There's always more to achieve. The moment you stop and look back, you risk losing it all. The Alpha family is always striving for more, always moving, always growing. The moment you become complacent is the moment they catch up, and you'll never allow that to happen. It's funny, isn't it? How people think they can match your pace. They watch, they study, they try to replicate what they think made you successful. But they can't. They can never replicate the vision, the drive, the instinct that you have. It's not just about hard work. It's not just about intellect. It's about something more. Something that can't be taught. Something that comes from deep within. That's what makes you different. That's what makes you unstoppable. That's why they're stuck and you're free. As they struggle, as they fall deeper into their pit of despair, you know they will never find their way out. Not now. Not after everything you've done. You've beaten them at their own game. They don't even understand the rules you've been playing by. They thought it was about who was loudest, who was most visible. They thought it was about who could shout the most or make the most noise. But you know better. You've understood for a long time that the quietest victories are the most powerful. You didn't need to announce your every move. You didn't need to show the world your cards. You kept them close, you kept them hidden. And now look at where you are. While they scream, you sit in silence, knowing that the game is yours. There's a strange satisfaction in knowing that you've left them in the dust, isn't there? To see them scramble, to see them question their every decision, to see them face the consequences of their own failures. They're trying to catch up, trying to find a way to break free, but the window is closing. The gap between you and them is widening by the second. They can't win. Not now. Not ever. The winning move has already been made, and you made it. They're stuck, and they know it. And deep down, you know they'll never forgive themselves for being outsmarted, for being too slow, too predictable. They'll carry that sting for the rest of their lives. But it doesn't end here, does it? This is just the beginning. This is just the first chapter in a long and painful journey that you've set in motion. As they try and fail, as they watch their chances slip away, you'll continue to rise. You'll continue to move ahead, pushing forward, because you understand that there's no such thing as a final victory. There is always more, always greater heights to climb. They may be stuck now, but you know that the real test is yet to come. They may have been your competition in the past, but they'll never be a threat again. They're too far behind, too caught up in their own mess. They'll never catch up to you now. They're stuck, and they'll stay stuck. The fear is starting to set in, isn't it? You can see it in their eyes when they look at you. They know what's happening. They know they've lost. They can feel the weight of their failure pressing down on them. The doubt, the shame, the fear of never getting another chance. They can't even look you in the eye anymore because they know that you've outsmarted them, outplayed them, outlasted them. They know that you've already claimed your place at the top and they'll never be able to reach you again. It's the hardest thing to accept, isn't it? To know that you've been defeated. To know that no matter what you do, no matter how hard you try, there's no way to get back on top. They're stuck, trapped in their own failure, and there's nothing they can do to change it. And you walk away. You don't gloat. You don't rub it in their faces. You simply move on to the next challenge, the next victory, the next step in your journey. Because you know that winning is not an event. It's a process. It's a way of life. And you'll never stop winning. Because that's what the Alpha family does. We don't stop. We don't quit. We don't rest on our laurels. We keep moving. And as they sit there, stuck in the consequences of their own mistakes, you'll keep advancing higher and higher, knowing that you've made the winning move. They're stuck, and they'll always be stuck, because you've already won, and nothing can take that away from you. You've secured it, etched it into the fabric of the game, carved your name into history itself. What they don't understand, what they'll never understand, is that the true essence of success isn't about what you can hold or what you can claim in the moment. It's about the impact you leave. It's about how you've reshaped the battlefield, how you've redefined the rules, and how everyone else is now scrambling to catch up, even if they don't know it yet. You've made the move, and while they're struggling to figure out what just happened, you're already looking ahead, plotting your next move with the same precision and mastery that got you here in the first place. There's an artistry to it, isn't there? The way you make everything look effortless, the way you make it seem like it was all just meant to be. You know it wasn't. You know how hard you worked to get here, how much you sacrificed, how much you bled, how much you fought to keep your place at the top. But to them, it looks like you just waltzed in and took what was rightfully yours. And it drives them crazy. It burns them from the inside because they know they could never do it, never make those same moves, never be that patient, that quiet in their resolve. They could never be the way you are. The Alpha family doesn't shout about their success. We don't wave it in the face of others like some kind of trophy. We know that the real victory isn't in flaunting what we've done, but in how we move forward, how we stay above it all. People have a way of thinking that success is all about noise, about visibility. They think that to win, you have to be the loudest, the most in your face, the one who is the most flashy. But that's not the game we play. That's not the game you've been playing. You've learned the power of silence. You've learned the power of movement when no one is watching. And now they're paying the price for underestimating that. They look at you, don't they? And they wonder, how did it happen? How did they end up stuck in a situation they can't get out of? How did they let you outmaneuver them so easily, so completely? The truth is, it wasn't easy for you. No, not by a long shot. But it doesn't matter, does it? Because they'll never know the cost of your victory. They'll never know how many sleepless nights it took, how many silent battles you fought in the shadows, how many compromises you made in the pursuit of your goal. They'll never understand the lengths you went to, the sacrifices you had to make, the people you had to leave behind. That's the price of victory. And while they try to piece together their broken plans, you sit at the top, knowing it was worth it, every bit of it. And here's the thing, they will never forgive themselves for it. They will never forgive themselves for not seeing it coming, for not recognizing your moves when they should have. It will eat at them, gnawing at their insides, reminding them every day of their failure, of the way they allowed you to dominate the field without even realizing what was happening. Their failure will haunt them, and you will remain unshaken, unscathed, because you knew from the beginning that this was your game to win. You didn't just play the game, you controlled it. You shaped it, molded it into something that worked for you, and you alone. But don't think for a second that you've won the final battle. Don't think for a moment that this is the end. It's not. It never is. The moment you stop moving forward, the moment you stop planning, you open yourself up to the very same traps that ensnared those who thought they could take you down. The difference between you and them isn't just the victory you've secured, it's the mindset you carry. The Alpha family doesn't rest. We don't settle for what we've done. We push, we grind, we stay hungry, because we know that being complacent is the quickest way to lose everything we've worked for. And while they sit there, trapped by their own mistakes, you're already planning your next step. You're already thinking 2, 3, 5 moves ahead. While they drown in their regrets, you're building the future. It's that relentless pursuit of more, of better, that separates you from everyone else. They've already made their mistakes, and those mistakes will follow them for the rest of their lives. But you're constantly evolving, constantly adapting, constantly learning. You've learned to never make the same mistake twice. And you know that the moment you think you've reached the pinnacle, that's when you'll start to fall. So you keep moving, keep climbing, keep pushing forward, no matter how high you get. Because in this world, there's no such thing as a final destination. Success isn't a place, it's a journey. And this journey, my friend, is yours to control. Every roadblock, every setback, every failure that comes your way is nothing more than another lesson, another challenge to overcome. They don't understand this, do they? They think they've failed. They think they've hit rock bottom. But you know that failure is nothing but a stepping stone, a momentary pause on the path to even greater success. They'll be stuck in that moment, trapped by their inability to move forward, while you take the lessons they couldn't learn and turn them into your own triumph. You've already made the move that no one else could. You've already outlasted them, outplayed them, and you've done it in a way that they'll never understand. They're still in the game, still trying to recover, still trying to fix what they've broken, but they don't realize that the window of opportunity has closed. It's too late. You're already ahead, and they're too far behind to ever catch up. The key to your success isn't just in what you've done, it's in who you've become. You didn't get to this point by chance. You didn't make the winning move because it was easy. You made it because you had the vision, the strength, and the willpower to see it through. You became the kind of person who doesn't back down, who doesn't settle, who doesn't wait for things to happen. You make things happen. And now, while they scramble, you stand alone at the top, knowing that nothing can take that away from you. You've built something more than just a victory. You've built an empire of your mind, of your will, of your unshakable resolve. And as they fall, as they struggle, as they look for a way out of the mess they created, you look ahead. You look forward to the next battle, the next challenge, the next game to conquer. Because this victory is just the beginning. And while they're stuck, wondering what went wrong, you're already creating the future, already rewriting the rules, already planning your next move. So, stand tall, my friend, stand proud. Because while they're stuck in their own failures, you've already made the move that no one else could. You've already secured your place at the top, and nothing at all can take that away from you. The world doesn't understand how it feels to be in the position you're in. They can only see the surface, the outward appearance of success, but they don't see the intricate, tireless work it took to get here. They don't see the sleepless nights, the mental battles you fought in solitude, the moments of doubt that almost consumed you. They think it was easy for you, but they weren't there for the grind. They weren't there when you had to face your demons, when you had to confront the harshest truths about yourself. They don't know the cost of your victory, and they'll never know. They'll never know what it feels like to take a step, a leap of faith into the unknown, knowing the consequences could either make or break you. But you didn't hesitate. You took that step, didn't you? You made the decision, and you committed to it with everything you had, because that's what makes the Alpha family different. We don't fear the unknown. We don't fear the risk. We embrace it. Every time we step into the darkness, we know we are capable of finding the light, of carving a path out of it, and of coming out stronger on the other side. You understand something that they'll never grasp. Success doesn't just come from what you do on the surface. It's the quiet, unrelenting drive to push forward when everyone else is resting, when everyone else is comfortable. They get distracted by the noise, by the fleeting moments of praise, by the temporary rush of success. But you know that real success isn't in the accolades. It's in the grind. It's in the days when no one is watching, when no one is applauding your every move. It's in those moments when you have to dig deeper, when you have to find strength, even when you're running on empty. Those are the moments that define you. Those are the moments that make you who you are. Now look at them. Look at those who once thought they could take you down, those who doubted you, those who underestimated your power. They were so sure of their own superiority, weren't they? They laughed at you, belittled you, told you that you'd never make it. They told you that your ambition was foolish, that you'd never succeed in the ways they thought mattered. They mocked your quiet persistence, your calculated moves, your refusal to chase after instant gratification. They couldn't see what you saw. They couldn't see the long-term vision, the legacy you were building, the empire you were crafting. They were focused on the short term, on the flashy victories that fade away just as quickly as they're achieved. But you never got distracted. You kept your eyes on the bigger picture. And now, as they look at you from behind, struggling, trapped in their own failure, they realize the truth. They were never in your league. They were never on your level. They were only playing a game of their own, while you were playing a game that they could never comprehend. The rules were different for you. The path was different for you. You weren't competing with them, you were competing with yourself. You were competing with your own potential, with the version of you that you knew you could become. They were just obstacles, distractions along the way. And now they're stuck because they can't see beyond their own limitations. They're stuck in a place they can't escape because they don't know how to break out of their own self-imposed boundaries. But you're already moving. You're already preparing for the next step, the next challenge, the next opportunity. While they're frozen in place, paralyzed by their own mistakes and regret, you're already moving forward. Because that's the alpha family mentality, isn't it? It's never about looking back. It's never about feeling sorry for yourself. It's about staying hungry, staying relentless, and staying focused on what's next. The moment you start thinking that you've achieved everything you can, that's the moment you stop growing. You understand that success is not a destination. It's a journey, a constant evolution. You are always becoming, always improving, always pushing the limits of what you're capable of. As they try to make sense of their situation, trying to fix what they've broken, they'll fail again. Because they're not just stuck in the situation they've created. They're stuck in the mindset that got them there. They believe that success is about being loud, about being the center of attention, about being the one who can outshout everyone else. They think that if they can just be louder, if they can just get more recognition, more followers, more eyes on them, they'll be successful. But that's not the game you're playing. The game you're playing is about control. It's about mastering the art of influence. It's about knowing when to step forward and when to step back. It's about understanding that power isn't about showing off. It's about having the ability to make things happen without anyone realizing how it's done. You don't need to shout. You don't need to brag. You don't need anyone to validate you. You've already won. You know that, don't you? You understand that real power comes from within. It comes from knowing who you are, knowing what you're capable of, and knowing that no one can ever take that away from you. They can try to bring you down. They can try to pull you into their mess. But you'll always rise above. You'll always stay one step ahead because you're playing the long game, and they don't have what it takes to keep up with you. You've mastered the art of patience, haven't you? You've learned that timing is everything. You've learned that sometimes the best move is not to act at all. Sometimes the best move is to wait, to watch, to observe. While they rush around, frantically trying to fix what's broken, you stay calm. You wait. You let the situation play out, knowing that eventually they'll make another mistake. They'll overreach. They'll expose their weaknesses. And when they do, that's when you strike. You don't need to rush. You don't need to make a move every second. You know that the best players are those who can control the tempo of the game. And you're the one in control. It's funny, isn't it? To watch them struggle, to watch them sink deeper and deeper into their own failure. Because they thought they were playing the game of life, but they were never playing the same game as you. While they were fighting over scraps, over short-term victories, you were playing for the long term. You were playing for something bigger, something that would outlast them, something that would last a lifetime. And now, as they struggle to keep up, as they search for a way to fix what they've broken, you're already building the future that they'll never be a part of. You're building a legacy that will endure long after they're forgotten, a legacy that will stand as a testament to everything you've achieved, everything you've overcome, and everything you've mastered. You're building something that they'll never even come close to understanding. And while they sit there, stuck, caught in their own failures, you continue to rise, higher and higher, because nothing can take that away from you. In the end, remember this: you are the master of your fate, the architect of your success, and nothing can ever take that away from you. While they falter, caught in their own failures, you remain unshaken, moving forward with a resolve that will outlast them all. The game is yours, and as long as you keep pushing, keep evolving, and keep staying one step ahead, you will remain untouchable. Your victory is not just in the moment, it's in who you've become, and that is something they can never take from you. So keep moving, because the world is still watching, and they will never catch up.